Okay.
This is another funny podcast, episode 13. My name is Big Lee. This is my co-host.
I'm Brittany.
And Brittany bullied me into getting a mic, y'all. Straight up.
It sounds so much better though.
Look,
and it was
bro,
funny.
She called me a broke nigga in front of my family and told me to get a mic, dog.
But this how it happened though. His mother called asking me about my mic, and I was like, for his little sister, she wanted to do a podcast for golfing, which is pretty dope. And I was like, but first of all, before I even talk about my mic, Leon needs a new mic.
Facts. And my mom and my sister was all there, and they heard that my mic was trash, so I had to go out and buy a fancy mic. Now
it's been overdue. It's been overdue.
Cool. It's cool. When I get a pink slip on my door next week saying that I'm evicted because I had to buy the mic for another funny podcast, that's cool, because at least we got episodes 13 and 14 out the way. Maybe we can go viral.
Nah, you might go viral now.
We might.
You got a new mic now.
You might. You know what I'm saying? But what you been up to, man, the last couple of weeks? How have you been?
What have I been up to? So I had a shoot on Saturday. It is past Saturday, maternity shoot. So that was pretty dope. I haven't shot in a long time. So I feel like after Christmas break, I kind of needed some time, just away from shooting. It was just exhausted. But I feel like I'm getting back in my groove. So that was nice. And then I think last Sunday I went to the National Harbor, me and some of my Carnival crew friends. It was an event, it was done by like Black women. It's called Black Occupants, I think, experience or something. Can't remember. But basically it was like meditation and, just being amongst women. It was called Take Up Space. And so that was nice to like get away from the family and go and meditate. We all had our yoga mats and pillows, and we talked about our chakras and different stuff like that. So that was cool.
That your first time doing yoga?
Oh no, I did yoga when I was pregnant. With my youngest, up until I couldn't do it because, you probably don't know because you're not a woman, but
and I never got nobody pregnant.
Right. So when you're pregnant as a woman, certain hormones and stuff in your body causes your muscles to relax, so your body can get prepared to have the baby. Well, sometimes when your body relaxes, your pelvic starts to like relax and separate a little bit. You can have issues within your pelvic. So certain positions I couldn't do. It was almost like a sitting position I couldn't do with crossing my legs. It would cause me pain in my back. And then after a while, I just couldn't do it anymore. And I had to go to the actual prenatal like chiropractor to help snap my pelvic back into place. And then even after I had her, I went for probably a year and a half afterwards until everything got back into place, because it takes a while after you have your child that those hormones and stuff kind of dissipate and everything kind of comes back into place. So no, not first time doing yoga. I also did yoga on a beach before down here. So that was nice. I think it's something I'm going to start meditating. I got a new yoga mat. I got a singing bowl, for meditation, and you ring it. I also got it came today. I got a smudge bowl for my sage. And so, I'll show you this right. So okay. I got a couple of different, So, you burn it and it goes into the smudge bowl, smudging bad energies, getting them off me. I got a couple other different things. So,
is that a yoga studio at the harbor?
No, it's
or it was just like a one-time thing that y'all did?
So the place actually sells like crystals and stuff. So it has crystals, and that's where I got this sage from, and some of the other stuff from as well. So they sell like crystals and different sage and candles and stuff like that. So it was like a combination of them combining together with someone who actually does meditation and those services along with the location. So
that's what's up.
But so what you been up to besides getting a new mic?
The new mic. We had my folks' funeral. I've been cleaning out her place, found a few interesting things at her place. I found my great grandfather's honorable discharge certificate from the Army, and it's dated 1957.
Your great grandfather?
Yeah, Riri's first husband. She was married
Okay.
twice. Both her husbands passed away. So her first husband, Henry Stevens, I
Hmm.
found his U.S. Army honorable discharge certificate dated. I forgot the month, but it was dated 1957. She held on to that. And I also
Yeah.
found a hug coupon that I got in kindergarten that was dated for January 12th, 1995. It said, "Please give Leon a very special hug because he was a good listener today, January 12th,
That's
1995."
cute.
Riri held on to that for a long time. So
That's
we've
cute.
been cleaning that out, finding things. And I got a new job offer in Portland, Oregon, and I just found out that I am leaving Monday for that for a month. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had that little meeting today after the gym. I'll leave Monday for a month. They'll give me a month to decide if I like it, and if so, then I'll be in
Ah,
Portland for a little while, guys.
that's what's up. So they'll put you up and pay for it, everything like for this month.
Yeah, for this month. Yeah, and I guess
Yeah.
I don't really want to put the details out here because I'll be
Hmm.
putting other people's business out here, like my manager and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
gonna say that, but it'll be worked out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What I will say is I like the company that I work for. They've been keeping their promises towards me since day one. They have not lied to me. And I'm looking forward to growing with this company. I'll be running my own office pretty much in
That's what's
Portland,
up.
Oregon. I'll be running my own office. I'll tell you all the details I know. I'll be running my own office. I work for a company that has a contract with Uber to do wheelchair accessible rides. We have Dodge Caravans that are wheelchair accessible, and I'll be running my own office in Portland, Oregon, with 4 vans and about 8 to 10 employees.
Hmm.
Right now, I'm pretty much second in charge in office in DC. We opened in December. Um,
Right.
if
So
anybody
in
got a
just
clean driving
a
record, come
couple
holler at me. We got a
months,
job.
just a couple months, you already become elevated to the point where you're gonna get flued out to run your own office.
Let me tell y'all. Yeah, that's a fact. And also, before we opened in December, I was a driver for another company who had the contract with Uber. They lost the contract in December, and this company came to the area and picked it up. And I did pretty much, second in charge there, dispatch manager. They didn't really give me an official title, but I was pretty much second in charge. And this guy who made me the offer for Portland promised me the day after we did orientation in DC that in 3 months the next office would be mine. And in 3 months I'm flying out to Portland. So that's why I said I like this company. They've been keeping their word with me. And next episode will be recorded on my end from Portland, Oregon, guys.
So we can't even get together to do a
Soon we will
joint.
though. When I come back after that month, we're definitely going to set that up because we
We'll
have
just
to.
plan
Because
it in
after that,
advance. Yeah.
yeah. Because after that, I don't know when I'll be back. I'm going to San Diego for my birthday. I'll be leaving from Portland, so I have no idea when I'll be back after that month or so. But we're gonna have a live episode coming to y'all in about a month.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, I got a job offer too. Because remember last time we was recording, I said I had 2 job interviews.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first one I knew I was first in line for, but they ended up deciding not to backfill that position, which is cool. Because I would have had to get a top secret clearance. I just don't want to go through all that. I just rather keep a secret.
That's a fact.
Because basically the program office is the presidential's helicopter. So it's presidential helo, and anybody who touches the presidential helicopter, whether it's that or it's private jet or whatever, you gotta have top secret and other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I don't need y'all digging. But the second one definitely came through. I actually had sent an email. I felt like I sent it late. Usually I send my thank you emails for my interviews within 24 hours after my interview. And that Thursday we had like an all day meeting. And then Friday was my Friday off. So Monday I sent the email, and as soon as I sent it, the director called me. And I thought she was just calling because I'm like, she couldn't have just called because she got my email that fast. So when she called me, I answered, and she told me who she was. And I was like, did you just get my email? And she said, I did. And I just want to tell you, you did a fantastic job on your interview. The panel was highly impressed. We could tell that you definitely prepared. And so she's like, let's just say we got to let HR do its thing. So it was like over the phone, I got a verbal because in the government, they really can't tell you. HR has to offer you, the tentative offer, and then you accept, yada, yada. So yeah, I'm glad to be moving on because I am over my office. They were sad when I told them I'm leaving.
So you put in your 2 weeks.
So how the government works is, since it's a lateral, your home office kind of negotiates when you want to leave. And so when I went and told my 15 that I was leaving, out of respect, so they knew before it came from HR, he said 30 days. And I was like, damn it. So, but 30 days meant from the time that I got the job offer. So technically my first day at the job is April 24th. So, end of April. And I've already mentally checked out because they didn't got on my nerves. They pissed me off, all this other kind of stuff. But they can't keep good people around. And there's so many people that are just leaving, constantly leaving, for various reasons, but mostly the same. So
I wish my job would have gave me 30 days, but I'm also happy for the opportunity and looking forward to a possible restart.
Yeah.
Are you changing locations though? Are you moving? Because you work out there now.
No, and I'm going to be teleworking, and I'm going to be right here in my home doing what I've been doing. It's just a different office. So the office, I currently, because I never really tell too much. I mean, you don't give away too much when you work for the but I currently support as a logistician, because I didn't tell the people, on the channel this before, for CH-53K. So it's the King Stallion. It is the heavy lift helicopter for the Marine Corps. And I was the air vehicle deputy assistant principal manager to logistics. It's a long title, but we just call it deputy APML. I am going to another program office that is air traffic systems, but it's more combat identification boxes that go on new construction ships. So it's totally different. Still Navy, still the, but just a different office. Same thing, logistics, but I'm just supporting, a new office. So
yeah, so it's remote. It's remote.
Yeah, because the office that they have like a little building that they rent, a commercial building that they rent, and I already got telework agreements and stuff in place. So the expectation is to not come into the office. Probably my first day or so, just to meet my new supervisors and new team. But other than that, I'll be working from home.
Yeah, that's what these guys keep saying. This job is going to be pretty much remote because I'll only have 4 vans. But I'm like, it's not remote because my home is in Maryland. Mm-hmm. It's not in Portland, but whatever.
Because you technically have to be in Portland.
Yeah, I still got to be in Portland. But whatever, congrats to both of us, man. Moving up in the world, having some fun while we doing it. So yeah, we got a jam-packed episode. We're gonna move on to our topics now. We had a long intro, but we had a lot of stuff to talk about. It seems that the rumors, I don't know, aren't true, but you could tell me what you think. Jonathan Majors was arrested. Actor Jonathan Majors was arraigned in New York City last week on several charges that he assaulted and harassed a woman. 33-year-old Majors was taken into custody after a phone call from a Manhattan apartment. The victim informed police that she was assaulted, and she was assaulted. The 30-year-old woman had minor injuries to her head and neck. An attorney for Majors, Priya, I don't want to mess up her name, but I think it's Chaudhry, said that the actor is innocent and was provably the victim of the altercation with the woman that he knows. Recently, the attorney has released text messages from the victim, hoping to prove Majors' innocence. The Army has recently pulled recruiting ads from Majors. Brittany, do you believe the messages that have been released by his attorney? And do you think that we're jumping the gun a lot of the times with these accusations?
So first and foremost, yes, the court of public opinion does reach a lot. We are quick to cancel anybody and everybody as soon as something comes out. I wasn't like a big stan of him because I, don't know much of his movies. I didn't watch them. I'm not a, movie guru. And we talked about it, I don't watch movies. So I wasn't like all on, the Jonathan Majors train like most folks was within the last few weeks, especially when Creed 3 had came out. But it does seem that since then, everybody has kind of turned on him and said, "Hey, I knew something was wrong with him, and you can't trust this. Da 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 da. This is why you can't mess with them type of women." But I don't want to comment and say that like I believe it or I don't think that it's not true, because I feel like he should have his day in court to prove otherwise. And then we do know that sometimes, even in these cases, especially domestic violence cases, sometimes you don't get a solution. The victim decides they don't want to testify, and sometimes charges are just dropped. So that doesn't mean that he didn't do anything. And then I also don't want to say that we should always believe the victims every single time, because in history we've seen that those have been lies as well. I do think that the lawyer was terrible. He needs a new lawyer. So
yeah, that was wild.
So the lawyer had released the text messages, I guess, between the alleged victim and Jonathan that occurred, I think, 8 hours after his arrest. And I just wanted to read them quickly. She said, "Please let me know you're okay. When you get this, they assured me that you won't be charged. They said that they have to arrest you as protocol when they saw the injuries on me and they knew we had a fight. I'm so angry that they did. I'm sorry you're in this position. We'll make sure nothing happens about this." And then she went on to say further along, "They just called again to check on me, and I reiterated how this was not an attack, and they did not have my blessing on any charges being placed. I read the paper they gave me about strangulation, and I said point blank that did not occur and should be removed immediately." She also talked about saying that she would make sure nothing happens. "I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone." So I honestly think that in the court of public opinion, his lawyer releasing those text messages didn't help his case.
Yeah, I don't think that when I heard the text messages, I didn't think that helped him either. It sounded like exactly what happened, or exactly what they said happened. It sounded like an altercation happened.
Yeah, between the two, and it sounds like the messages are signs of domestic violence on both ends, and possibly just a toxic relationship.
Yeah,
but I don't know. What do you think? Do you think he can come back from this, like bounce back?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
you think?
Yeah, I don't think people's attention span is like this nowadays, bro. They can't remember nothing. 2 weeks, as soon as something else happens, 2 weeks from now, that's bigger than this incident or bigger than him, they'll be done forgot about him.
Yeah.
Now he might, he has a Disney contract for Marvel movies, so he might lose stuff like that, but he definitely will be acting again. And in big movies, in major movies. It might not be Disney movies now, but it might be like action movies or something like that. But he'll be acting again. Yeah, he'll be back.
So because
I think so.
Let's just say a video comes out from I guess they was in a taxi.
That's different though. Now if the video come out, that's something different. Like, because remember the football player where everybody was
what I was
and then the video came out, he was like, "Whoa, that's crazy!"
Like he really knocked her out.
Yeah, but just based off the evidence that we have now, I feel like he'll be back. Now, if a video come out where he dragging her down the street, hey, bro, that's OC. You out of here. But like you said, it just sounds like they be fighting, and it got out that they be fighting, and it don't really sound like it was any super physical harm.
And but they don't need to be together. And them messages, they're
going back to each other though. Come on, now we all know it's somebody that got that toxic relationship that they keep going back to, bro.
Yeah, we see it all the time on the internet.
Yeah.
Blueface and Krishan. So
I muted them because they were a headache to me, man.
They are. It's still a headache. Even on Facebook. So you can mute them on Twitter, but on Facebook they still popping up on the reels and everything. It's just
I just muted their names on all social medias, and they pop up every now and then, but they don't pop up like
somehow it get through.
Yeah, somehow it gets through, but not like it used to. That shit was all over my timeline. I was like, this is crazy. I cannot stand these two at all. I don't even know I don't even know a Blueface song, and I have no idea what Krishan is famous for. Like,
what was
I don't know anything about
Tatiana?
These people.
He did Tatiana.
Oh, I know that song only because it made my sister upset when it came out. Her name is Tatiana. Yeah, she didn't like that song.
And I bet the kids in school
they was making fun of her.
Yeah, they was being reckless.
She didn't like that. But yeah, that's the only reason why I didn't know that was him though. I just know that song. I didn't know he made that song.
Yeah. I mean, they just milking the system right now and everything right now because they know if they get on, platforms and reality TV shows and stuff, they can make money, OnlyFans, whatever. So, they just milking it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
Get your
We
money.
see
By
that.
all means, get your money. That you're not gonna get it from me though. But whoever else want to pay to watch that shit, then support it. I ain't supporting that shit, bro. I'd rather watch the girl from LSU that's from Baltimore get busy out there that they hating on right now.
Speaking of that, did you watch the game?
I actually watched that and didn't watch the men's final only because Shorty was from Baltimore.
Really?
This is the first year I ever did that. I normally watch both. I'm normally following both tournaments, but I actually watched the girls' joint. I did not stay up to watch Connecticut and San Diego State last night. But
okay.
yeah, I had to support the DMV.
Did you watch any of the other female?
She got a cousin that played for
then?
Connecticut that's from Gaithersburg too. Not to say that DMV. We both won out here, men's and women. You said, did I watch anything? What now?
No, did you watch any of the other female games prior to that, or you just happened to watch the finals?
No, I watched a few of the tournament games. Like I normally follow both tournaments, throughout the thing. Female college, women's college basketball is better than the WNBA to me. So some men's college ball can be better than the NBA. Like the NBA when it first starts in October, November, that shit is terrible. And men's college ball is better than that. But now the NBA is picking up because they got a week before the playoffs, and then the playoffs come, and everybody gonna be playing hard. So it's really it's cool. But yeah, I
watched the game. I did watch the Iowa and South Carolina. Actually, I was following South Carolina because my dad is from South Carolina. And they actually live right outside of University of South Carolina, like where they live. Mm-hmm. Some of the land is owned by the university, and there's a bunch of like student housing, and you can see the stadium. So on like nights and stuff, when the stadium is lit, like you can hear the games and all that. So they live in Columbia. Like my dad's from Columbia.
Okay.
So when my dad came, actually that's the other thing. My dad came up and left on Friday. But when he was here, he said he wanted to watch the game. And I'm like, all right, Daddy, well, we'll watch it. So we watched the game, and I felt like, I don't know, I was a little superstitious. I felt like in the Iowa game and the South Carolina game, when I was paying attention, they wasn't doing good. And when I wasn't looking, Iowa was like doing bad. So I did not watch like the first half of the LSU and the Iowa game. And then when I turned it on, I was like, oh, all right, LSU, they up. All right, let me watch. And then I was like, no, let me not watch again. Like it was like back and forth. So, and then I knew at a point, like the, 2-minute mark, it was no coming back. So I was like, all right, let me finish watching it.
Yeah. I've watched, like, I can't remember the games that I've watched because I've watched so many games within the last maybe couple weeks. I was watching them in Boston as well, men's and women, and NBA as well. Right. So I can't remember the exact games I watched, but I was trying to follow both tournaments as much as I can. And that's what I do every year. That's
you ain't do no brackets?
Nah, I gave up on the brackets a few years ago. That's funny you asked me because you probably remember me having brackets back in the day. But yeah, I gave up on them joints. And you can do them on your phone now. You can do as many as you want on your phone now too. But I didn't submit any. By the time every year, by the time the third round get here, all the brackets are wrong, and so it's like, what the fuck? I'm not doing that shit anymore. Although one year, I think I was like maybe in my early 20s, I predicted the winner, but that was it. I didn't predict the Final Four or who the winner was playing, but I did predict the winner one time. I should have kept that bracket, but whatever. It doesn't mean anything just because you picked the winner.
The other thing that happened in the last 2 weeks, of course, was another mass shooting in Nashville on March 22nd. An armed assailant had breached the campus of Covenant School, which is a private academy in Green Hills neighborhood of Nashville, killing 6 people, 3 students and 3 adults. The shooter was identified as Audrey E. Hale, 28-year-old former student of the school who lived in the area and was being treated for an emotional disorder. She was killed by police within minutes after their arrival on the scene. So they still have not determined the motive, but they stressed that they believe the school and its church had been a target and not any single person. The police received a report of a shooting around 10:13 a.m. and heard gunshots on the second floor when they arrived. There was a surveillance footage released that night without audio capturing the shooter parking a car outside of the school and then firing through 2 sets of doors, the bullet shattering panes of glass. There was also a 6-minute compilation of 2 officers' body camera footage released the next day by the police department showing officers racing through the school, and then ultimately taking out the perpetrator.
Mm-hmm.
The shooter had legally purchased 7 firearms from 5 local gun shops and stashed them around the house, using 3 of them in the attack. The shooter had a handwritten diagram of the school along with a drawing of how it could be entered. In writings found on the car driven to the school and at the family's home, there was evidence that the shooter had planned the attack for months and studied the actions of other mass murderers. So this isn't the first, nor is it the last. It was actually the 130th mass shooting in the United States in 2023 alone. Just last year, there was over 600 something mass shootings. And for those who don't know, mass shooting is an incident where 4 or more victims, generally 4 or more victims, are killed within the same time and using the same type of weapon. We, we understand that this happens. We know that this is the only, type of incidents of gun violence. But like, what do you think can be done?
I'm actually for an assault weapons ban. Let me be flat out personally clear. I'm for an all weapons ban, to be honest. But I know that's impossible, so I guess I'm for starting with an assault weapons ban. But I don't think that'll ever happen either. I don't know what the solution is if that's not going to happen. Because it's like as these mass shootings happen, they keep getting easier and easier with gun laws in different states and federally as well. So I'm not sure, but let me ask you as a parent, what do you think? Because as a older brother, there was a time period where I was having nightmares of Tati being in a school shooting. Like when
I remember you telling me that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, as a parent, how do you feel sending, both of your kids off to daycare, school? Oh, your youngest is in daycare still, right? She's not in school yet.
Yeah. So no, she's in school, but even after this, but this isn't the first time that I think about things like this. But after this incident, I remember I went to go pick up my youngest from daycare, and it's on the base. So you got to have an ID to get on the base. They scan the IDs at the gate and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean that, somebody can't get into the base that doesn't have access to the base. So when I go into the daycare, it's not like I have to be buzzed in or the doors are locked. I could just go up and open the door. I have to show my ID when I come in, and everybody that has an ID. But if I come up in there with a gun, who's stopping me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And with the oldest, I remember asking her about an incident in the past, like if they felt safe at school. And I think she was saying like some of the kids didn't feel safe at school. Some of them didn't want to come to school because they didn't feel safe. But when this had occurred, I asked her, I said, Nadia, have y'all ever done active shooting training at school? And she was like, no. They've done for like I guess the alerts from, we live by a nuclear power plant. So if something was like an attack or something was to happen, a leakage on a nuclear power plant, they practice drills, for what they would do in those situations. But she doesn't remember practicing for an active shooter. And that's a concern because we do it. I mean, I work for the federal government and actually had my active shooter training probably 2-3 weeks ago. We just had it doing an all hands. And actually, not even just that, we have to do it annually. So we do like a tabletop active shooter training. So we walk through as a group, like, what would we do in this situation? What would we do in this office? Where would we go? Kind of thing. What's safe around here? Which offices doesn't have windows? Which offices lock? Stuff like that. But we actually still have to do an annual training on active shooter and how to respond to it and first things to do. So it does concern me that, especially my oldest, who was in school, in middle school, does not recall a time when they've done an active shooter training.
Yeah, I believe my sister. I definitely remember her telling me doing active shooters training. But see, that type of stuff, it just gives me more anxiety and makes me worry more. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like she should have to do that. And I know school shootings was going on when we were in school, but like I just don't remember having. Well, I know we didn't do active shooters drills at all, but I don't remember even that being a concern of mine. Like I was legit trying to be a little horny 16-year-old. I wasn't worried about active shooters. So you know, it's concerning, man. I don't know what the answer is, but you know, you got to do something because these things keep happening, and they're only happening over here. They don't happen other places. Well, not at the rate that they happen over here. So obviously, we have a problem, not other countries.
Yeah. So Tennessee, since you know this was in Tennessee, they have moved to expand gun access. But they're of course that they don't want to actually, I guess, put a ban on actual assault rifles. So they've taken up what is called red flag law, and I think this was actually passed last year when Biden had did the gun reform, and it's just basically saying that it would allow courts to confiscate guns temporarily from those deemed to be dangerous to themselves or others. There is little indication that this legislator will move to significantly restrict access to guns or not. They're also trying to focus on school security, and they're unveiling different measures this week that might help, you know, security systems be upgraded in schools and then impose more security requirements on school districts. But I just feel like doing that, like a lot of that takes government funding, and the second something gets cut or they need to borrow from something else, all that is out the window. Like you're doing that for right now, like that's a temporary fix. But like I said, I think that a lot of these schools you can probably just walk up into and have access to, and if you can't, you can do exactly what the shooter did and shoot through the doors and still gain access. It doesn't stop anybody from coming through. Did you happen to see the video?
Nah, I'm trying to avoid watching people get shot on the internet. Now, I'm starting to realize how traumatizing that is. And it's bad enough that I play as much Call of Duty as I do. So, yeah, I'm not trying to see it live. I think virtually is enough. Yeah, no, I'm good on that, you know.
Yeah.
And then with the night, I haven't been having the nightmares. I was having them a couple of years ago, but I don't even want to go back to that time, man.
Yeah. That's
trying to keep
crazy.
myself away from that stuff, but you know, it's hard to avoid it because it happens so often, you know.
Yeah, it does, and you know, and everything doesn't make the news either.
That too.
So, like, you know, we only see certain situations, or because it was at a school, it made the national news. But there's been mass shootings that have occurred almost every day since this shooting has occurred. Because there's websites that you can actually go up and look at the statistics for mass shootings,
Right.
and it's like a couple for this day, and you know, some of them are family related, domestic violence, stuff like that. But they happen all the time,
Right.
all the time.
Right.
I don't know what the U.S. is going to do. I mean, we're in a bad situation, and I guess
we love our guns over here. Good old America.
You know, not even just the guns. I just think that in general we're in a bad place, and I guess that takes us to the next topic and just everything else that we're talking about.
Yeah, the TikTok ban that everybody is worried about instead of the gun violence in our country. So yeah, federal officials are demanding that the owners of TikTok sell their stake in the app. The new directive came from the Multi-Agency Committee on Foreign Investments in the United States. Some politicians in Washington are concerned that the app can be infiltrated by the Chinese government to spy on American users or gain access to users' data. Others are concerned that the government could use the app to spread propaganda to a U.S. audience. The TikTok CEO denies these accusations, claiming they will not provide U.S. data even if asked for it. He also added that all U.S. data is stored by default in the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, and access to the cloud is completely controlled by U.S. personnel. Brittany, are you even on TikTok? If so, I'm not even sure if we follow each other there. And do you support this ban of TikTok? I'm pretty sure your oldest uses TikTok.
Okay, so funny situation. I have a TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
She uses my account because she doesn't have an account. But I get upset because I want to like look on there for certain things. And I'm like, you keep liking and commenting on these dumb videos. And now the algorithm on my account
Mm-hmm.
is all messed up with like your stupid goofy videos. So when
TikTok
I see her,
algorithm vicious, bro.
when I see her like something, I be like, unlike it. Unlike it. Because that's my account.
What, do you not allow her to have a TikTok?
Nah, we tried that. We tried that years ago. I think when TikTok first became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she had did something where this was, I think, TikTok first rolled out like the accounts, like you had to be 13 years and older kind of thing. And they was double checking. Oh, okay. Enter your age. And then she entered her real age. And of course it was like, oh no, you need a parent, you know, you got a kid account. But then I was like, let me allow her because everybody else was doing it. Then she happened to upload something inappropriate that she had no business uploading. So no, she don't have no account.
Okay.
She's probably tried to create like an account here or there, but also she doesn't have a phone anymore either. Like I still have it, but she doesn't have it because she can't keep it long enough without doing something she got no business doing.
Sounds like
so that's
niece.
just me. And I feel like a cell phone, you know, and everybody's like, oh, she should have a cell phone. She's, you know, in the 7th grade, my business. She don't need a cell phone. If something happened at school, they know how to call me. They know how to contact me. First of all, everybody else got cell phones. So if she need to call me, she can call me. She know the number. She's never really anywhere where I need to get in contact with her. If she is, she's with somebody who got a cell phone. Mm-hmm. So I don't feel like she needs it. And it's just too much. It's too much drama and stuff between a lot of the kids back and forth on social media. They got all these different accounts, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram. They are so easily influenced by everything that's going on in the world. I just think it's too much. And they don't even understand it. Like I remember when TikTok first became a thing, she was uploading videos when she did have a TikTok and was like messaging people, anybody that wanted to like follow her. And I'm like, Nadia, these ain't even real people. Some of these are bots. Right. Like she didn't even understand it. And so I'm trying to explain to her and teach that to her. Or it was like, well, I'm not getting enough likes. I'm not getting enough follows. And I'm just like, oh God. So now you're wanting this validation and you're seeking this validation from people you don't even know. Mm-hmm. Or you're putting personal business out there on the internet that does not need to be shared. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I just remember one time she was playing a video game and I heard her in the room and she was saying something about her age or something. And I'm like, don't be telling people, you know, that type of information. Mm-hmm. So no, mine doesn't have it. But again, she tries to like follow her friends on my account and she acts like it's hers, but she really has access to my phone anyway because it's my cell phone.
Right.
But that's just me.
So she doesn't have any social medias?
No, I don't. Some people say I'm a strict parent. I don't care. She'll say that my parents are strict. But then at the same time, she'll also tell her friends, well, my parents care about me and yours don't. So
yeah, I don't have any kids, so I can't tell you, you know, that you're a strict parent or not.
Yeah.
I'm not, that's not my place.
Look, listen, I feel like for a cell phone, and for social media accounts, to me, those are not rights. Those are privileges. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't proven to me that you can do right by them every single time it's given to you, then you'll get them taken away. I think a lot of people, get a phone call. I think a lot of people think that they are right. So when kids get in trouble, they don't take it away from them. Like that's the last thing they'll take away from them. They'll take away everything else. That's the last thing they'll take is a cell phone. And if they do, they give it right back to them. That ain't me. So, but other than that, I do think I see what's on TikTok. And I get the other side. So some people say, hey, I've created this type of presence. I'm able to, you know, have this e-commerce, this business, sell certain things, make this type of money off of it. But then on the other side, the algorithm in China, because they control everything that their people see over there, they're not watching the same type of goofy videos and stuff that we see over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. I don't know about, you know, what type of access they may have to U.S. information or anything. But one thing I do know is that USA is consistent with their actions, and TikTok making a lot of money, and it's not U.S. owned. So it only makes sense that they would try to ban it in some type of way. to try to put more money in their companies' pockets. So
I think what the real issue is that because how China operates when it comes to their national security laws and how they control certain things, if they wanted to access the data and ask for it, since it is a Chinese company, they would have to hand that information over. And I guess the U.S. is just like, nah, we don't even want to be in a situation where if China says, oh, let's see that type of data, and then it has to be handed over. So that's why it's like either one, ban it, or two, sell it to a U.S. company and be fully controlled by a U.S. company like Facebook and Instagram and everything else.
Because I feel like if TikTok, because I feel like TikTok is on pace to surpass Instagram. These are just my opinions. I don't know if these are facts or not, but these are just my opinions. I feel like TikTok is on pace to surpass Instagram, and that's why that's part of the reason that they're trying to ban. The access, the information is probably true as well, which would make sense to it. But I also think that it has to do with business as well in this country.
Money wise, yeah.
I think it has I think it has to do with business as well. So I use TikTok. I don't use it as much as I do Instagram. I'm not a fan of TikToks or the Reels on Instagram. I like to write jokes and try my stand up on stage. I just feel like I like to try to reinvent the wheel instead of just modernizing it like they do on TikTok, taking the same sound over and over and using it to do your own thing. I like to kind of make the sound. I want to be the person to make the sound that everybody uses instead of using the sound that everybody uses. I'm not a fan of it, but I also know the benefits of it. So I do make TikToks and I make Reels because I know that, one TikTok, you can go viral.
Yeah, today's times you got to, or you're going to get left behind.
Right,
I mean,
right. So, the ban, I don't know. I don't really care either way, to be honest, because Instagram's not getting banned. That's what I use more. I have more followers on IG, so I don't really, it doesn't really faze me.
I think what they're saying is that if they ban it, it may be the ban may be considered unconstitutional because it could be a violation of your First Amendment rights, because it's not unconstitutional for, the Chinese creators, the developers, whoever owns the company, but it's unconstitutional against the millions of American citizens that use the app. But I'm sure, just like any other government law, there's probably some type of loophole into that.
Yeah, I was about to say this.
For like reasons of national security.
Right. I was about to say this is not the first time they would have tried some unconstitutional stuff on you, and they locking up presidents now. So they don't care about TikTok.
Yeah. No, but I will say, before we close out and move on to that one, I will say I do think that China is playing chess, not checkers. And I think that the general population, American citizens, don't understand. No, they don't know. They don't know what's going on. I mean, I've seen some things just from where I work where I'm worried.
Yeah.
So you just look at the different things that China is doing. Even right now, they're in talks with Russia on trying to develop a different currency that's backed by gold. So they're trying to move away from the U.S. dollar being the gold standard. That's what's really key. Our military and the dollar.
The dollar, yeah.
Is really keeping us in power. I'd rather be in power than not in power. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know where I read it, but I heard their economy is on pace to surpass our economy in like 10 years.
Yeah,
or so.
I mean, they're the second biggest one.
Right.
So, and then behind that, so our, GDP, I can't get it off the top of my head. I'm not even going to try to, but they're not too far behind us. And then I think third in place, which is just really low, I think it's Japan or India. It's either Japan or India. Right. Don't quote me. And then all the other nations after that. But not even only that, just their military operations, what they're doing. It's a lot going on. We owe them debt. We get everything pretty much from China. From China. Yeah. So I can see why the U.S. government is a little concerned, just because it's bigger than just TikTok.
Yeah, I understand that.
the last topic, which is just a quick update on what we talked about a while ago. So, former President Donald Trump was indicted last week, making him the first current or former president to face criminal charges. So immediately, it wasn't clear like what the indictment was connected to, but we knew what it was connected to.
Correct.
Because the indictment was under seal. So today, Tuesday, April the 4th, he had to surrender, basically. There was a statement of facts occupying a 34-count indictment and basically alleging that Trump discussed a scheme to boost his election chances during a 2016 presidential race by giving away money for hush payments to a couple of different people. And of course, his former lawyer had helped provide the information to Manhattan prosecutors in this case. So Trump denied all wrongdoing. He entered a plea of not guilty on all 34 felony counts. And prosecutors did ask for a trial date in January 2024. His legal team has said the timeline was too aggressive and had suggested a spring 2024 as an alternative. The judge didn't weigh in on that, but his next in-person court appearance is set for December 4th. So we got a long ways to go. But if he's planning to run for president in 2024, I'm actually surprised that his legal team doesn't want this over and done with before then, or either they're trying to stall so that they can find some other way to get over on it, and then maybe he could still run for re-election.
Yeah, I'm not. I honestly, I don't believe that he's going to, be convicted of any of these crimes. But I feel like this is just an attempt to, slander his name more so that he's not able to run for president. It might work. It might not work. But yeah, I can't see Donald Trump going to jail for any of this. I also feel like this is kind of like the start. Like, I feel like other indictments are going to come, because I know he has something in Georgia to do with the votes, something about him asking for more votes in Georgia, so he might be facing some charges out there. So I feel like this,
and then in Florida he had the documents.
Yeah, the documents in Florida too. So I feel like this might get the ball rolling. We might see some more indictments and stuff, but I don't believe he's going to jail for any of this. Hopefully this will just deter him from running again, because I mean, Biden isn't much better, but we don't want Trump back. I'm going to keep it 100. I don't want Trump back in office, bro. I don't want another January 6th in my city.
I don't want Biden ass either.
But I don't think he's going to run either. I don't think he's going to run again either. I don't know what's going on, to be honest.
I feel like the Democratic Party, if Trump is in a position to run, they're going to push for Biden, because right now they haven't put another candidate in place that would garner those type of votes to beat Trump, which is why at the last minute Biden was like, "Oh yeah, let me run," because they wasn't gonna vote for nobody else, really. Like the people wasn't gonna vote for nobody else, or the vote was gonna be split,
right?
And then he still wasn't gonna win. So I feel like they're waiting to see it play out, and then if it happens that Trump is going to run and he's not locked up somewhere, then Biden may go for re-election again for the sake of trying to get the vote. But again, I don't even know, just the situation that the U.S. is in. I'm not even sure if people would actually turn out this time. Like, they'd just probably be so pissed off.
Yeah, I can see this election being some of the most lowest voter turnout anyway ever. Because it's disappointing at this point in time. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get from anybody.
No.
It all seems,
and the economy is so bad right now.
Yeah.
Inflation is still out of control, not coming back down. People gonna end up losing their jobs. They pump so much money into the economy, and now it's like, oh well, we just keep going into debt and we can't get inflation under control. And then how does the government make their money? Taxpayers.
Yeah.
But who they don't want to tax? The people they
got the most money.
They got the most money, because why? They're the biggest supporters. They are the ones who are funding their campaigns and stuff. So we have gotten away from, focusing on the American people to just doing what's best for, an individual. Yeah. That's how Congress is working.
Yeah.
Doing what's best for them in their own pockets. And that's why China is playing chess because we over here divided. You know, it even started with Trump dividing the nation. We arguing back and forth, and I mean, it was already there, but stuff really turned up, and then COVID happened.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be a conspiracy theorist, you can. COVID happened. That made everything 10 times worse.
Mm-hmm.
Then the economy is in the shape that it's in. It's just, yeah, it's not good.
It's a mess. It's a mess. I don't know
really
what this next presidential election is going to bring, but I don't want it to bring Donald Trump again. I know that for a fact. You got anything to plug before we get out of here?
Now, just Instagram and my Twitter, itty bitty bitty, and my photography, IG, PSD imagery.
Yeah, make sure you follow that. Make sure you follow me on all social medias, even TikTok for now. At Big Lee.
Don't follow my TikTok. It's the same name, but my child be on there.
Follow me all social medias: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Big Lee 3_. I do not have any comedy updates for y'all because I'm going to be in Portland in a few days for a while. So until the next episode, I guess I will see you guys there, man.
I know.
You know?
Dang.
Right on the other side of the country, man. I'm trying to take it all in because I found out I was leaving. I found out that I could potentially be leaving last week, and I found out I was leaving today. So I'm just trying to take it all in, man.
Like on Monday.
Yeah, on Monday.
That's less than a week.
Yeah, I got plants.
Like, you gotta get
you want some of these plants, bro?
I got some over here in the corner of my little my meditation area. See,
man,
that's my little meditation
you could
corner.
have this peace lily right here. He thriving. They got the flower up there, and then I don't know what that is next to it, but it's doing good. I got this monstera behind me. It's been struggling since I brought him inside, but it's still alive.
Yeah, it looked like it's been struggling. I got one over here. I got some new leaves on mine that's opening up. I think 3 of them just opening up. So I'm doing all right, but I might have to get the little peace lily or something from you.
I got 2 peace lilies. I got one in my room. I got one in my room too. I can take them to my mom for you. I got some other plants over here too. Anybody, if y'all want plants, bro, hit me up because I don't know what the fuck to do with them. For real. So yeah, if y'all want some plants, hit me up. I got a bunch of them in here. Y'all can have whatever. Please come get them. Also,
I mean, but there's ways to keep them for at least a month. Like they self-water and stuff. And I got a light. I got a plant light. So that's what's over there in the corner. It's a little plant light. And you can have it on a timer if you didn't want to get rid of them in like the next 5 days.
Yeah, I might actually look into a light. Maybe. But I also it's getting warm, so I might put them out. I might could put them outside, like the fiddle leaf and stuff. I might could put outside.
Yeah.
But we gonna see what's up, man. I got some other furniture that I'm giving away at my grandmother's house. So hit me up if you need some furniture and stuff, bro. I'm giving away furniture at my house too. So hit me up if you need some furniture.
You got a lot going on. You still got everything. Granny house to straighten out. Bruh. You got to be packed up and ready to go.
Hit me before Monday. I got it. All right, I got it.
On a plane on Monday.
I'm leaving on a plane on Monday for a month from the DMV. Hit me up if you need tables, chairs, plants, dishes. I'm not giving away my TV. I just bought that. A TV stand, dressers. Hit me up, bro. I got a couple TVs at Riri house, to be honest. So hit me up. Yeah, we giving shit away.
It's like Christmas in April.
It's Christmas. The only thing I'm taking from here is my PS5 and some clothes, bro.
Well, we'll see you on the other side in Portland.
Yeah, for sure. Until next time, you guys stay funny, and we out.
Peace.